I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Voice Podcast. Today, I'm joined by an incredibly talented musician. You may have heard his voice, like on the song "Gotta Catch 'Em All," Mr. Jason Paige. Welcome, Jason.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Sorry, Jason Paige here. What's up? Gotta catch 'em all. Jason Paige here in front of the looper. In case you guys didn't know, we got the RC 505 loop station. Does all kinds of crazy stuff. So you can ask questions about that as well. But so you know what's going on down here when all this music is coming from. It's coming from me right here, right now on the show with Joe. Let's do it. All right, sorry.
Okay.
We got stuff to get through here, man. Sorry. Don't let me get distracted.
Fine, you're fine. Okay. So, how are you doing? What have you been up to, Jason?
I'm chilling. Today I just sang Wear yourself an ugly little sweater, hideous and bright, kitschy garage cover with annoying light, yeah. And when it brings you joy, you know you did it right. California lottery commercial. In a few minutes, I'm leaving to go to Collect-A-Con Houston, where I'll be signing autographs for all kinds of things, and I'm also going to be doing an exclusive signing because I'm an actual playable card in the new D Spirits Adventure Begins. The D Spirits card game that just got kickstarted for over $300,000, and one of the stretch rewards was to have Jason Paige perform and produce the song for D Spirits. So they're going to be down there, and I'm going to be intermingling with everybody. I'm going to sing my Go Pokemon Go. You can find them everywhere. And I'm going to sing Gotta Catch 'Em All, Jason Paige, for the people at Collect-A-Con. It's an amazing event with collectors coming together, and double the size that it was earlier this year. And next year, there's going to be a whole slew of these events that are going to be double the size that it is now. And I think they're at like 20,000. So they're going to bump up to like 40,000 next year at major venues. So it's really cool and very excited because the collecting world is exploding with places like Cards and Coffee right in Hollywood, with Evo Retro, this other company that I'm working with that has the what are they? These things. Top loaders. Right. Evo Retro top loaders. And we're going to have some Jason Paige based Evo Retro products coming out soon, which is really cool. Because if you're going to be putting your cards into a sleeve, it should be a Jason Paige sleeve, right? Come on. I am the protector. To understand the power that's inside of an Evo Retro card protector. Sorry.
That's pretty cool.
Well, that's what's going on today. You caught me on a very busy day, but it's good to have things going on. The more you do, the more you can do. I'm sure you know. I see some pops behind you. The more you collect, is that videotapes too?
Those are movies. Some of the movies. TV show movies.
Oh, TV show movies. Yes, I just got these. This is the other thing. These things.
VHS.
You know what these are?
VHS tapes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you look like you might not have been alive when these things were being used, but it's a reel of tape inside of there, and it spins around, and it plays the images of the Pokemon theme song. This was the first place that Gotta Catch 'Em All, Jason Paige. My voice was actually distributed before there was an album made. Of course, it was on TV, but the first thing that people could buy with the Pokemon theme song was this particular item. And I haven't really been autographing them, but I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to autograph the first one right here on live and on video on your thing.
He signed autograph, Michael.
Look, even I got these on eBay. Look, Amy Cook already autographed it up top.
Oh, that's cool.
What's really cool is that these are really, there, Amy Cook. Amy Cook, I got your Pikachu psychic surprise. And I'm going to sign this. And if we could find Amy Cook, wouldn't it be cool if we could find Amy Cook and Amy Cook could get a Jason Paige autograph on her tape that somehow somebody on eBay sold me? I don't think it was Amy, but here we go.
Oh, you're a lefty. That's why you're cool. See, I'm a left-hander, so that's why you're cool.
That's one of the reasons. Gotta catch 'em all. Amy Cook.
That's cool.
Amy Cook. Yeah, with a little reverb. Just make sure we get some reverb going. So yeah, dude, that's what's going on today. What's going on with you?
Well, just recording with you right now, and then probably just editing some more podcast interviews.
Excellent. I saw you had Tom Kenny from SpongeBob. That guy's a legend. Legend, Tom Kenny.
Yeah.
I did a gig with him, and he had a band playing the Tom Kenny and they had a horn section. That was a funny name. I forgot what it was called, but he was great. He did a whole set of amazing music and entertained the crowd and did some SpongeBob stuff. And like that he's an icon. He's incredibly humbled and really talented too. So glad you got to do him.
Thank you, Jason. Okay. Now, what made you want to become a musician? Who's your biggest inspiration for music and favorite bands and musicians growing up, would you say?
I have to say, I'm gonna make a change for my life. Michael Jackson and there is superstition. Blood was on the wall. 15-year-old baby broke the looking glass. Stevie Wonder is incredible writer, incredible producer, incredible singer, incredible performer, and I've yet to sing backgrounds with him. I would love to sing backgrounds with Michael Jackson. But I think, one of the greatest influences was A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Everybody knows this song is the first song we really learn how to sing. It teaches us how to speak, teaches us how to spell, teaches us how to sing, teaches us pitch, it teaches us rhythm. It's like very, very impactful. And the only song second to that song in terms of the impact that it's had on humanity is Gotta Catch 'Em All. But I think we're all musicians. I think we all have music in us, and everything that we do is music, because music is just words slowed down into pitch. Because music is just words. Because music is just words slowed down into pitch. Because music is just words slowed down into pitch. Because music is just words slowed down into pitch. Because music is just words slowed down into pitch. Because music is just words slowed down into pitch. Because music is just words slowed down into pitch. So we're always being musical, regardless of who our influences are. I think if our parents don't tell us to shut up, then we just keep being musical and we keep being happy doing it. So if your parents told you to shut up, it's probably why you don't sing and why you're not musical right now, because human beings are just naturally musical. We walk in rhythm, we chew in rhythm, we have sex in rhythm, we do all kinds of things in rhythm. Rhythm is a natural component to the human experience, and it shouldn't be stopped, as is tone and pitch, as is tone and pitch, as is tone and pitch, as in tone and pitch, tone and pitch, as in tone and pitch, tone and pitch, as in tone and pitch. So, all right. Question number 3 or number 2. We got 12 of these things to get through. Come on.
That'd be cool too if I got Stevie Wonder on the podcast. If I get him, I'll let you know. Jason.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Now, over the years of your career, like other musicians you work with, do you still keep in touch with them? Other musicians you work with?
Yeah. I mean, sort of. I do about 100 sessions a year, and they keep in touch with me when they need me. A lot of people are doing a lot of work. Keeping in touch is a matter of necessity, and when we need to do things together, we reach out to each other and collaborate. And of course, a lot of friends in the communities that I interact in that are either theatrical or musical. When we're doing gigs, you see a lot of the same people again. But if you mean like, do I keep in touch with Michael Jackson? Yeah. Oh, Michael, channel through me, oh, Michael. Oh, Michael, channel through me, oh, Michael. Michael. All right.
Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Who is the coolest person you've worked with or sang with? Who's the coolest person?
Oh, Michael, channel through me, oh, Michael. Oh, Michael, channel through me. I mean, is there another human being that exists on the planet that has? I mean, Michael is cool in terms of his global impact, in terms of his musical impact, in terms of his just dancing, his performance. I mean, until he died, I didn't know what a jerk he was. So no, and he's not a jerk. I'm just saying there are things that he did allegedly that would make him not a cool person, but they were not alleged until after he died, to a degree that one would have to really demote him from your mind as an icon and as an influence. It's really unfortunate that all that went down, but I didn't experience any of that in my interactions with him. I just experienced the joy and the love and the intensity of his performative potential and talent, and so that's the coolest person I've ever worked with. Until Stevie Wonder comes along, it'll have to be Michael Jackson.
Well, like I said, if I get Stevie Wonder, I'm gonna tell him meet Jason Paige, or I'll invite you on if you want to come on to co-host.
Right. Get him on. Give him my number. Have him call me.
Okay. Now, if you didn't go into music, what do you think you would have done? And what interesting hobbies do you have besides music?
Well, I'm very into health right now, and I think people just sort of acclimate towards that at some point. They don't want to get sick anymore. They want to make sure that they preserve their lives. They want to live happier, more sustaining, healthful lives. And I've been investigating water and the miracles of water and the intelligence of water, the secret intelligence of water, knowing that my body is made of water, and knowing that my health depends on keeping my body filled with the right water and the right energy. Water has energy, and when you drink the wrong water, it's bad for you. When you drink the right water, it's good for you in all the ways that it can be, being that you were made of water. So every month, or every few weeks, I go to the mountains of Azusa and I collect my own water. You can see a video of it on my YouTube channel. It comes out of the side of the mountain 4,000 feet up, where it hasn't really been out yet. It's primary water from deep below the earth, pushed up by hot springs that eventually cool as they rise up, collecting minerals, and that water pours out. I capture it. I believe it to be very highly structured water, which is something that is really good for you. The water that is properly structured does what it's supposed to do. It's optimized, and it works to keep you optimized as well, and keep your health optimized as well. It rids you of the toxic things in your environment that you accumulate so readily from the air, from the water, from food, from your clothing that's dyed, from all kinds of exhausts from cars and plastics and microplastics, and there's just so many things that are unnatural for the body to purge, and the right structured water helps carry a lot of these toxins out of our body in an effective way. So I'm very interested in water. That's one of my things right now.
Wow.
And I think if there wasn't music, I would still be advocating for people's health. I'm advocating for people's, I call myself a motivational singer. Instead of a motivational speaker, I'm a motivational singer. I think I would just transfer that motivation from singing to speaking about all of the things that I've learned that can be motivating and helpful and healthful for a human being. And I think that's what we're all trying to do. You've got a podcast that is also reaching out to people, and it's your way of gathering good information and putting it out there. If people give bad information on this podcast, you probably wouldn't put it out there, and you're looking for the best influences to then share with the world. So we're all sort of consolidating our greatest gifts and our greatest knowledge to give to the world. I've just been doing it through my voice, and I think I would do it through other means if it wasn't through singing.
Yeah, see, that you're right, because that's why I started these podcasts, like help spread positivity, help cheer people up. Right. Yeah.
Number 4.
Okay, now if you could make your own band, name your singer, guitarist, bassist, and drummer. Go.
Oh, that's a cool one. My singer would be a guy named B. Slade. He's the most incredible singer ever. My drummer would be oh shoot, who would my drummer be? Rob Brown's pretty amazing. I played with him in a band called AMFM. And he plays with a lot of amazing bands. He played on a Foreigner record that I worked on too. Guitar player, I would say let's resurrect Eddie Van Halen and make him my guitar player. And the bass players, there's a guy I worked with named Ross Wright, who's a super duper genius and a bass player, but I wouldn't have him necessarily because of his bass playing, but because he could do all the rest of the stuff in orchestrating the orchestras and everything that would accompany the band, and chart everything out. And he has a thing called Orchestra Surreal, which is an amazing orchestra that I sang with that redoes all the songs of like Jimi Hendrix and classic rock songs, but all done with this crazy cryptic orchestra. So not necessarily for his bass playing, although he's an amazing bass player. I think that would make a nice trio.
Wow. See, I
And
like
keyboards. I would have my friend Russ Irwin, who played keyboards for, you didn't say keyboards, but for Aerosmith for many years, who has been a partner of mine in a lot of things, including Legomania. I sang the Legomania theme song and wrote it with him back in the day, 1996, I think. And he's an amazing jazz musician. He's an amazing singer. He's an amazing rock star, amazing person, and he'd be in my band. Number 5.
Yeah, see, I really like Freddie Mercury, so that's my favorite singer.
Yeah, he's good, but B. Slade is better. Check him out.
Okay.
He can sing more, faster, higher, with more emotion, and he's also a preacher that has incredible potential to affect people like directly with words. And,
Okay.
Anyway, B. Slade.
Okay. Now, favorite movie and TV show.
I just flew in from the Windy City. The Windy City is mighty pretty, but they ain't got what we got. No siree. Once I had a secret love that lived within the heart of me. All too soon that secret love became impatient to be free. Now shouted to the highest hills, even told the golden daffodils. At last my heart's an open door, and my secret movie that's favorite is no secret anymore. Doris Day's Calamity Jane is those two songs are from. It's one of those old Hollywood movies where Doris Day is this like butch, like, you know, masculine type woman figure, and she's building stuff, and she turns into a woman at the end of it. It's very interesting for the transgender sort of narrative going on right now, because she was the first transgender character actually, and represented this woman that had this, you know, she just hanging out with the guys, and she's shooting, she's riding horses, she's building stuff, and she's falling down in the mud and getting dirty and all kinds of funny stuff like that. And it's funny for her to be that. And then, you know, she basically discovers that she's both, and that she dresses up beautifully, and she becomes this beautiful woman in the middle of this movie, and she doesn't know it, but everybody else knows it. And they just go, oh my God. And you know, they fall in love with her, and she's still walking around like this with a dress on. But anyway, it's been my favorite movie for a long time, because it just made me cry to like see somebody blossom into something else that they weren't, and understand themselves in many different ways, which is kind of what's going on now with people, that they have the freedom to go and understand themselves in many different ways. And what was the other part of that question?
TV show. Favorite TV show.
Favorite TV show. I used to really like Ben Casey, because it was a psycho medical drama where Ben Casey would get into these long conversations with really elaborate scenes. It was just art in terms of the writing and the acting performances. It's an old black and white one. All of the new stuff is nonsense. The old stuff really like just utilized the talent and not the spectacle that's going on in most things happening right now. So that's what I was. That there you go. Ben Casey and Doris Day's Calamity Jane.
Cool. Okay.
Number six.
Favorite food. What's your favorite food?
This is kind of hard. You're asking me about favorites, and I don't like to answer questions about favorites. When I'm asked about my favorite Pokemon, I say you don't want to have a favorite, because when you have a favorite, you exclude everything else and you lose the nutrients. And I make the example, it's like a favorite food. If you like broccoli and you eat all this broccoli, you probably get sick because you ate so much broccoli, and you wouldn't get the other nutrients from all the other foods that are out there. So it's really important to not really have favorites that direct your life so much that you selectively avoid everything else that could be great. Same thing with musicians, same thing with people, same thing with relationships. You need to have a broad swath of influences and vitamins so that you can become a more well-rounded individual. So, I'm getting into superfoods and foods that have a lot of different nutrients packed into them. One of the things that I've just discovered recently that has 4 to 40 times more, well, not just recently, but in the past few years, 4 to 40 times more nutrients in it than its parent counterpart is microgreens. So if you're going to choose something, you choose the most nutrient-dense item, the best water, and the most nutrient-dense items you can have so that you get the most nutrient-dense and broad thing that you can get. Our soils are greatly depleted from how they were 100 years ago, so we don't actually get food with the right nutrients in it. So if we then selectivize that and just cut everything out because we love to eat French fries and we eat French fries all the time, and you're on a road to the hospital, basically, as far as I'm concerned. Microgreens, they're amazing, and they're always most of them are organic because they don't take pesticides. They grow in 5 days. You can grow them in your closet. Wow. It's amazing, microgreens, and of all kinds. They the broccoli sprout microgreens. They got radish. They've got all kinds of salads of microgreens. Everything was a little microgreen at one time before it got transplanted into soil that didn't serve it, but all the power, it was packed in the seed, and that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. That would be the favorite if I had to pick. I have a feeling that number 7 is going to be another favorite question.
Well, actually, it's any projects in the works? Is there any, like, now that things are kind of getting back to normal, any things you have in the works?
Say that again.
Now that things are getting back to normal, do you have any projects in the works?
Yes, I'm recording a whole bunch of songs that are the follow-up to the Pokemon 2021 remix, which is for the for the dance clubs and for the music festivals. It's really cool. It's like an EDM. It's kind of like Avicii, that type of like EDM style remix of the Pokemon theme song. And I enjoyed it so much that I was like, wow, I need more songs like this. So I've been recording a whole bunch of songs in that same style that I'm going to be releasing soon. And that's the main like project of my that isn't Pokemon related. Everything else Pokemon related. There's 100 things Pokemon related that are happening in a constant loop, or Pokemon adjacent, like the Pac-Man more than a meme. Pac-Man's the future for the world to see. Pac-Man, a digital NFT marketplace online that I'm singing the theme song to, and get in, get on, get everything you want. Use TCG coin to build your world in the metaverse with us. So come on, get in, get on TCG. The TCG World theme song, and I'll be building a TCG. I'll be building a Jason Paige. I'm not even sure what it's going to be, but a giant, I'm thinking like MGM Grand Casino in Las Vegas, except inside of the metaverse, where there will be Pokemon type games and other type games. There'll be a concert venue stage. There'll be art, digital art all around the whole place. It'll be performances. It'll be a whole, there'll be workshops and all kinds of things. I have a plot of land inside the TCG World metaverse that is the size of MGM Grand. It may be even bigger than that. So I have to figure out how to develop that in that metaverse, and that's going to be happening. Although that's not based on the world opening up. That's based on the world closing down so that we can all be existing in the virtual, in that metaverse. In the world opening up, I do have a Christmas show that I'm hoping will not get regulated out of its life this year like it was last year, called Both, a Beatles Gospel Nativity, where we do the Beatles songs telling the nativity story with a giant gospel choir of my entire community singing gospel arrangements that I wrote for, here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. The son meaning the son of God, the Christ baby. And all the Beatles lyrics tell the story exactly. Jesus and Mary, Mary and Joseph she gets pregnant and she's like, help, I need somebody, help. And then Joseph is like, what? We can work it out. We can work it out. Mary, what is this? It's an amazing way to tell the story. And eventually they sing, the baby is born, and they sing, golden slumbers fill your eyes. It's beautiful. Every Christmas we've done it. We've done the 12th year. Maybe even the 13th, 11th, or 12th. I think last year was the 12th. I lose track at this point. So this will be the 13th year. The 12th year got shut out by COVID. This time we're going to do it in Los Angeles area, and if you're in the area, you should come down and see. It's amazing.
Wow.
Check out my website. And my website's being rebuilt, so it'll have more information about my live whereabouts, or you can always get me on Facebook or Instagram to see what's going on.
I like that. Okay, now what is your advice for younger kids or people in general that want to become a musician? What's your advice?
You're already a musician. Just don't let your parents tell you to shut up and stop doing it. Every person is musical. Every person is a musician. Now, in terms of the business aspect of it, I think they would have more advice for me than I would have for them, being that the new apps and the new things that are coming out that all the young people are sort of taking advantage of are more relevant to now and being successful in music than what I did and how I did it. So I'm looking for them for advice. I just got involved in an app called BandLab, and it's all these kids on BandLab making beats and sharing beats on BandLab in a social network, but using the BandLab app to do it, importing beats, importing loops, importing samples, and then sharing it with the BandLab network. And that thing is just, it's like TikTok for musicians. And then they put the BandLab beats on TikTok, and they make music and different things on TikTok. So, and TikTok is mostly people under 25 as well. So, or under 30. So I would say my advice would be to use the tools that you're already been excellent at and do your music there. And music is everywhere. There's so many apps coming out that you can do all kinds of guitar stuff on a little app. You could do it's just right there. I have to research what they're doing and how they're making their beats nowadays, because there's stuff that I don't know how it's done, and I need to figure it out. And also distribution platforms that I don't know how it's done. The way I do it in a traditional sense is I've been using Pro Tools. I just switched to Mac Logic, and now I'm doing Logic. And then when I distribute my stuff, I put it on DistroKid. But now there's NFT distribution platforms. And, and maybe we don't even do it through iTunes and Amazon Play Music and all those things anymore. There's other ways to do it that are coming up. And the first people in line to check those out are the young kids.
Yeah. I like that. Well, before I ask you my last question, do you have any questions, Jason?
Last question. What are you doing to promote this whole thing?
Like, why did I create these?
No. What are you doing to promote this? Like, how do I do my thing? I just told you. How are you promoting your YouTube channel so that 7 million people watch this video? Because there's 7 million places for you to put it and 7 million things that you can do to get your product out there. What are you doing to get your product out there, to promote it to the world?
Sharing it with like others, sharing it on social media, like trying
Which one? Which social media?
Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
That's it. You
That's
click
all.
3 times and you're done with your whole process.
That's what I have.
No. There's you can set an office full of 4 people that will put your videos out to so many places and do so much work to promote it. I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm just saying clicking 3 times is not the answer.
Enough.
That's
Yeah.
the cop out. You're doing this incredible interview and we get to share this time together. You should spend at least this much time figuring out you can join 100 Facebook groups. You could join 100 Instagram groups. You could check out 100 of these different apps that use to market and send your stuff out. And then when you're getting millions of YouTube views, you're monetizing that so that you can make money off of it and then use that money to promote even more and make better productions and make better interviews and have better editing and all kinds of things. So you're in the business now. This is like 5% of what you should be doing is interviewing people. 95% of what you should be doing is the marketing, the promotion. If you really consider this an important message that needs to get out to the most amount of people, because you're one of 7 million people doing blogs on YouTube, and you want to be the very best, like no one ever was. I heard something yesterday. It's called choose your hard. Not doing any work is hard. Doing a lot of work is hard. Like either way you do it, it's going to be hard, and you got to put effort into it. If you don't do the work, that's going to lead to a hard life as well. So you could just choose to do the hard thing that brings you great abundance, or you could do the hard thing that makes you struggle. And I say do the hard thing that brings you great abundance. And how do you do that? With this phrase right here that I've consolidated. Use your imagination to creatively self-express. 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 It's 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 use your imagination to creatively self-express.
I like that. Oh my god. Sorry. That was really good. Wow. Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. And remember what I said.
Thank you. Thank you, Jason.
Let me know when this thing is out, and I'll share it with my networks. You share it with your networks. You get that office full of people together to do all the promotion and marketing things, and together we'll make this interview, 10 million, 20 million views. Come on.
Is there? My last question was: is there anything you want to promote to help you out? The people watching for you.
JasonPaige.com/shop for all of the good Jason Paige items, like the signed Funko Pops. All right, autographed the Funko Pop. This actually one has art on it because I've used my imagination to creatively self-express, not just to sign things. But I have all these Funko Pops on my website now, and I have cards on my website. So when you do post this, make sure you put JasonPaige.com/shop for all the viewers out there that want to get an autograph or anything else that I have on my website.
I got you. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day, everybody, and stay awesome. And stay awesome, Jason. Stay awesome.
Peace.
Peace.